Hi, you're watching Get Loud About Your Life. I'm your host, Dorothy Guerra. Today's episode, I want to talk to you about finding bliss with yoga. In the last few episodes, I've had an opportunity to bring you some wonderful guests. We've had Chef Doris Finn, who taught us how to eat mindfully. We had Hari Singh Khalsa, who talked to us about moving energy through the use of Kundalini Yoga. And we had Rose Monroe, who taught us about the healing power of Huna meditation and healing. Today's episode, I want to talk to you about the actual program of yoga. And I want to take you through a simple routine today that will teach you how to create movement and energy in your body. The last few episodes were all about finding abundance and learning to be mindful and finding ourselves. The true practice of yoga, what does it mean? Well, ideally, yoga is an 8-limb system developed by Patanjali almost 5,000 years ago. And it's the idea that we have to practice 8 things in our life to truly find bliss and enlightenment. Really quickly, those 8 things are that we have social responsibilities to ourselves, which is our niyama practice. We have a responsibility socially to the world, which is our yama practice. We have an ability to be mindful about the way that we breathe, our life force energy, our prana, which is the pranayama. We have the ability to move our body and to keep ourselves healthy and mindful when things don't feel right in our body. That is our asana practice. When we combine those things, we learn to go deep within ourselves and detach from senses, from the things that create chaos, that bring emotion into our lives that we get stuck on. That practice is pratyahara, or sense withdrawal. When we move further into a yoga practice, we then have concentration, learning how to focus on the things that are important to us, really understanding what it is that deserves our attention. And when we learn to focus properly, we then learn how to create a meditation on the things that we should be focusing on. When we create an umbrella of practicing all those things together, the idea that Patanjali stipulates is that that will bring us enlightenment. That is where true bliss is found, in mindfulness. There's East meets West, the Eastern philosophy of yoga, the whole idea of meditation and mindfulness, and then the Western idea of just practicing pretzel-like postures, which is not the case. It is this entire 8-limb process that when we sit down, move our body, become mindful, pay attention to our breath, pay attention to the way we treat people, the way we treat ourselves, we begin to develop a relationship within ourselves. We begin to discover who it is that we are, what it is that's important to us, how we breathe, where diseases is stored, how our minds are fluctuating. And when we really truly develop that relationship, we practice yoga. And in that practice of yoga, we have the ability to find bliss within ourselves. Today, I'm going to take you through a very quick routine where you can connect to your body with your mind and just being focused, creating a moving meditation on your mat or wherever it is that you are. Being really mindful to the way the breath is moving in your body. Just being awake to that breath will help you understand disease and illness and when you're not feeling well. And moving your body so that you're physically able to move towards your goals and to take action in your life. So join me on my mat as I take you through a nice little flow for today. So I'm going to stress that anything that looks complicated, what I do, there's always a modification. So it's really important that you watch and then move at what your body can move at its own pace. Don't make your yoga complicated. It doesn't require fancy yoga clothes and big expensive classes. Just simply coming to a place where you do a few of these poses that I'm going to teach you today in order to feel good, connect to your breath, calm your mind, move your body. That in itself should get you finding your bliss for the day. So from here, we're going to come into a mountain pose, and we're going to start with a series of sun salutations, which are designed to create movement and energy and give attention to the sun in order to bring back just a feeling good vibe into your body. We're going to complete it with some standing poses and some sitting poses. So to begin, we're going to come into our standing mountain pose, just bringing our hands into our heart center. And this is where you want to really start to get grounded and finding your breath and just really letting your mind settle in. If you're finding thoughts arise, just let them go. Don't stick to any one thing, and just keep reminding yourself that your breath is where your focus needs to be. So just taking a couple of deep breaths in and out. We're going to take those hands and just bring them up and giving worship to the sun. Take a big breath in, bring all that energy into heart center, and let's fold forward. Beginning that movement here, we're just going to step back into a plank position. And again, you always have a modification option to drop the knees. We're going to slowly lower down to the mat and taking our cobra, yet another great heart opening pose, looking up to the sun. Take all that energy in. Let's curl those toes under into your downward facing dog. So here, pushing into your palms, lifting your sit bones high. If you're feeling really tight in your hamstrings, give those knees a walk. Downward dog is one of our great poses to start getting your entire body to stretch and to start waking up and being aware of those places that don't feel great or might be a little bit tight, and just starting to move energy and moving emotion through your body. We're going to start to walk our feet up towards our hands to complete this round of our sun salutation. Give it a little fold forward. Inhale, rise those hands all the way up high. And close that sun salutation by bringing your hands into the heart center. Again, come back to that mindfulness, that place of breath, and just be awake to how your body's feeling. One more time. Let's raise those hands all the way up high, all the way to the floor. Take a big breath in. Exhale and step back and find that plank. Waking up that strength in your body. Lower down to the mat. Open that up to your cobra. Worshiping the sun, bringing in the good vibes. Exhale to your dog. Mindfully bending those knees if you need to. Listen to your body. Waking up those hamstrings, the shoulders, the palms. Walk your feet back to the front of the mat. Fold it forward. Take a big breath in, rise those hands all the way up high. And again, mindfully bringing that energy into the heart center. Starting to wake up that blissful feeling inside your body. We're going to do a few standing poses here. We're going to start with a warrior one. Just taking your left leg back. Okay, I want you to ground your back heel into the mat, lunge your front knee forward, and bring those hands up high. Check in with your body, relax your shoulders away from your ears, and just start to feel that inner confidence building as you bring fire through the nose, in and out. Let's open this up to a warrior two. We're just going to simply turn that back foot to 90 degrees. Keep that lunge in your front knee and raise those hands up high. So our alignment here should be straight along the side edge of your mat. Take a look forward. Lunge into that again. Feel that fire burning inside as you breathe, inner confidence building. And again, you should start to feel all that stress and tension from your life melting away. We're going to take this into a triangle pose and just simply straightening the knee, dropping your hands somewhere comfortable, aligning your hips, looking up, straight line out through the top of the head. And if you're comfortable, bring your hand right down to the mat. And again, modification is just to leave your hand where you're at. Nice deep breathing. Listen to your body. Again, we're practicing mindfulness. It's not about the stretch. It's about how you're feeling, how you're breathing, what your mind is doing while you're doing these poses. Let's come on up. Let's take it over to the other side. We're just going to simply flip our feet. Start with our warrior one. Other side. Ground that back heel into the mat. Raise your hands up high. Sink your shoulders low. Start to breathe. You're going to start to feel all those little nicks and creaks in your body. You want to breathe through that. This is how we start to create that mindfulness physically, by listening to what our body's saying. Let's open this up. Find your warrior two. Open your back foot, hips aligned to the side edge of the mat, looking forward. Love our warrior poses, inner confidence, strength, power, a great sequence of poses. And finding our triangle here again, just straightening your knee, let your hand relax and open and look up. So we're trying to wake those hips up, turning outward, pulling up through the front leg. And again, where's my breath? Tuning in, asking myself, how's my body feeling? Where's my mind? Really making that inner relationship connection to mind, body, soul through our practice. Let's take it up. Let's bring it back to the front of the mat. Let's bring it down with a sun salutation. Move that energy all the way up. Worship to the sun. Bring that energy into your body. Fold it forward. Take a step back. Find your plank. Nice and strong. Let's just hang on to that plank for a couple of breaths. If you feel strong, you want to activate your core, stay here as long as you want. Otherwise, let's lower it down. Find that cobra. Open the heart center. Exhale to your downward dog. Pay attention to what your body needs here. If you need to bend those knees back and forth. And we're going to walk those feet into a sitting position. Just taking a seat on our mat. Okay, so what I want you to do is straighten your legs. Find your sit bones. Take a moment to get centered as you come onto the mat. Again, find your breath. Again, activate the core. Breathe. And we're just going to take this into a forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Big reach up. Straighten your spine. Feel all that energy moving through your body and fold it forward. Take your ego out of your practice. We don't need to find those toes. We don't need to prove anything by reaching forward or coming down low. I want you to just feel your hamstring stretch and feel your lower back opening up. Take your time here. This is a really good pose to just start waking up the hamstrings, strengthening your legs, strengthening your lower back, and just being grounded through the sit bones and being present to where you are, really finding the here and now. Okay, let's fire this up a little bit with a core exercise. We're just going to take it into boat. Always want to add a little bit of abs into our practice. We're just going to either take one leg up, switch it, if that's all you can do. Otherwise, pull in tight and take both those legs up. If you're strong enough, you could take both those legs up to a full V-sit. Take your time and breathe. Pull it in, release. Let's bring those feet to a butterfly stretch. Simply bring your heels together. Hold on to those toes. And then sitting up forward. And we can just start to wind down our practice here. Breathing. Nice deep breaths in and out. Shoulders are relaxed, spine is straight. And then just bringing our practice to a close with a simple little meditation. Just crossing at your ankles into an easy sitting pose. Bringing your hands into heart center. And just being mindful, taking the last few moments here to really pay attention to all that stuff that's happening in your body. You definitely should start to feel those vibrations and being awake to what doesn't feel good, what did feel good, and having that inner dialogue with yourself where you're creating your yoga relationship. Just closing your practice with me. Take a big deep breath in. Giving yourself a little mantra such as, I feel awesome today. And thank you. If you're interested in bettering or strengthening or learning about yoga, please feel free to reach me here at Tag TV and let us take you on your yoga journey so that you can get loud about your life.